Welcome back to episode 10 of the youuuuu podcast. We haven't reached our goals yet, but we're on the way, and we wanted to provide you guys with some insight and hopefully some motivation to get out there and do the same thing. It's episode 10, bro.
That's kind of crazy, man.
It's episode 10.
Where what was that 1/10 of the way to the 100? So
literally, I heard this thing the other day where it was 99% of podcasts don't make it to episode 10.
Yeah.
And of them that do, only 1% make it to episode 20.
That's crazy when you put it into that perspective.
So,
and we're at 10.
We're officially in the top 1% of podcasts.
Yeah, there you go.
Nuts,
but that
bro.
just kind of puts us on trajectory to hit that 100.
Yeah.
I guess. What would you think gets us to the 10? What do you think that is?
I just think we're here and we're enjoying the process. Yeah. You know, like we're just loving it. And for me, it's almost like this feels like me studying. This is my uni before getting my degree. This is like my years of studying. So it's not like this is the game. This is the training session.
Yeah.
And it's just cool sitting down and talking and kind of hashing out our mindsets towards things, and you and me bounce off each other so well.
Yeah.
It's like every time we come in here, we just feel so gassed up and so motivated. Even if it doesn't bring you guys any value, it's just for us just to come in and just be like, yeah, you're right, man, you're right.
That's good. So, I like that perspective. Hey, that was sick. I like that.
I think that's what's got us to episode 10 for sure. And thank you to all the guests that have come on.
Yeah, shout out the guests. They've been solid. You found some gold so far, man.
Yeah, I've got a good network, so I'm grateful for the people that I got around. But also, we wanted to make this one a boys' ep and just fucking chop it up.
Yeah, dive into it, I suppose.
Yeah.
What would you like looking back at 10 episodes? Like, what's been highlights for you? I guess making it's probably the biggest highlight. Starting it probably the second biggest highlight. Or the rest of the roll around.
It was super. Not that it dropped off at all, but just at the start, it was all a lot of like energy of we're doing a podcast. We're fucking doing this. I've got you on board.
It's that puppy love. Like I'm gonna play with you every day.
And you're my boy, and I'm just so keen to. I was so keen to get that rolling, and then when it was like, this is what I want it to be. You know, with how it turned out with the production and the cameras that I can switch like this. I just did an edit just then, and that cut for all three of them. I just think it's lit that we can do this from our home, from our studio. Like, we don't have a boss with this shit.
Nah, all free time sort of thing. And I'd say we're still learning it, and I guess it makes it probably lucky on our behalf that we do just enjoy like the process of things. You know, we look at like what's ahead, what can we get better at? The idea of like slamming out 2 podcasts into one session or more sort of thing, right? So I think what will get us to that 100 is like we have that excitement to actually still try and grow in what we're already growing. Which is kind of cool.
We're just in that, like you said, just in the sticks.
Just
in the trenches doing it. And I love that shit, man. Even if sometimes it turns out whack and
or you fumble intros or things like that.
You fumble intros. Someone call Jay out for that, surely. In the comments.
You'll notice I don't do them as much now, and that's for a reason.
I've done it as well, but it is what it is. And it's just been a sick journey. It was cool to have Fetty on as the first guest. That had me gassed up after that, because we've got such a cool connection. And Dork, he's 100% coming back on.
I mean, I'd imagine all your guests probably end up coming back on. Like you mentioned, they're in your network, and I guess they're always doing things right. Especially looking at the last guest, Tash, she's always doing things. So you can get her on in another 6 months' time, and there's something new that she can share experience, wisdom, and journey on. As with Fetty and as with Dork, I'm sure. All of them just don't stop. Hey, shout out to Tash, shout out to Dork. Shout out to Calla. Shout out to Calla. Calla's going nuts as well. He's got a show this weekend. Seen that. Is that Rosemount? It's at the Rosemount. I said that I can't go because of this comp that I got coming up. But shout out to Calla as well. This comp, I wanted to film this after, but it's kind of cool to do it before as well. Because then we can also talk about on it after sort of thing. We'd have more to talk. If we're talking about it now, you know, there's different conversations versus after, you know.
For sure. But I feel like regardless, man, my intentions are in the right place, and I always, the day before a comp is a really interesting space for me mentally, because I feel so nervous and like I want to just get it over and done with, and I'm trying to get better at just pulling myself into, because I put so much pressure on myself. I'm like, you know, you have the right intentions, and you know that you're doing this for the right reasons, and I'm trying to get out there to inspire people and to push myself to be the best version of me. I'm trying to elevate myself and others, and I know that as long as I go out there with that in mind, then regardless of what the outcome is, I'm in the best position.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess those nerves come from that excitement though of like, not that you ever want to look ahead of things too much, but like, for example, bodybuilding competition, if you were to go and win that versus place 5th, you know, life after that can be so different in terms of what can, you know, create from that opportunity, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It can be, yeah.
Especially if you put so much work in to be in a place where you are like top tier in the group, like, you know, coming first, like smashing more records, things like that can just generate so much more on the outside. And I think inside you know that, and that's where there's probably fears are like stimulating from, not fears, but that nervousness, like I want to make sure I perform the best I know I can sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a bit of everything, bro. Hey, Lee, it's like angst, fear, excitement.
Not knowing who's going to show up.
Yeah.
That's probably a big one.
yeah, but again, I try not to think about it. I'm like, I know, the universe has its plan for me, and I've got the best intentions. Like, I know I do, bro. Sometimes I think that I'm crazy, and sometimes I think that the shit I'm doing is not right, and I should be doing something else. But I know that everything that I'm doing is for the best intentions, and I have the right motivations and deep motivations about the shit that I want to do, and that's going to manifest itself soon enough, even if sometimes you feel like you're out there and it's not happening, or you're not getting the return that you want on it. I'm just like, I know, man, and I feel so locked in on that mindset, and I think a big part of that is you, bro. So thank you for that, man.
Mad respect, and but vice versa for you, man. Like, most people I talk to, like I mentioned, I think a lot of people can like reflect on the idea of circle, things like that. People you go around, hang out with, like you'd notice, and anyone that follows me would notice, like I'm kind of spamming the content lately. I'm putting whatever out. I'm trying different things. Like I'm doing a lot of like different things, expanding myself now through the back foot of you doing so much. Like I've always like been someone that I'll do all this and that, but I guess not seeing someone almost doing it and then like keep myself accountable on that. So it reflects back on you as well with that.
You motherfucker, you did my ice bath videos, which I was so keen for you to do, and then you got like 5 times more views than me on your first ice bath video.
I don't get that. Like I try like to the public, I post a lot of random things. I'll post some supplement videos where I'll try and do a bit of like intensive editing. I'll get my camera out, I'll really crop it up, and I'll really get some different angles and scenes, and just try and make it like elite, try and put out some good content. And they don't, not that I'm really chasing numbers on a reel, but it's good.
You pay attention to it.
Correct, man. It's nice to see what is working, what isn't working. I love to follow the analytics like that. I don't let, highs or lows sort of get me with that. But then there's one ice bath video, I just set my phone up, I press record, I just do a couple cuts, I put the easiest captions on it, 14,000 views and 300 likes later. Like, I don't know how it got that engagement, but I'll take my wins as I get them.
Yeah, just
but the next one's definitely not the same.
Nah,
but that's fine. I didn't do all that. I just, it's just get myself out there more. That authenticity thing, like, when you're cold, man, you can't fake it. You're cold. Like,
you really can't.
It's as real as it gets.
Yeah. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about the ice baths now that you're doing it, because we are 100% aware that the ice baths are just literally a trend. They're just something that's come up, and next year it's going to be something else. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know, like sitting on your head for 90 seconds every day. But we're 100% aware with the ice baths that they're just a trend, and we're jumping on that. And
I'd like to think though, out of like all the trends that happen, it's a pretty beneficial trend though. I guess I wouldn't even do it for, we could ramble on the benefits, but I think the only benefit / reason why I got it was that could go into the science. You have the dopamine subject, but more than this, that mood boost and that like prolonged mood boost after. I don't know about you, but most days I'm not waking up. Granted, I'm doing a lot of the time. I'm not waking up feeling the best. I'm not waking up feeling good. I'm not waking up feeling motivated. Now that I jump in this cold water and it sucks, and I'm like, I want to get out, but I stay in. And sometimes before you're like, oh my God, I don't have to do this, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning when you get outside and it's cold already. You jump in, and once you're out for hours after, I jumped in at 4 o'clock this morning, I'm still feeling good now at 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? My day is so different to what it could have been if I didn't have that tool there to leverage my mood.
Bro, I liken it to making your bed. You get up every day and you just make your bed. And
so I don't make my bed, but I jump in the ice bath.
But if for nothing else, you just to go back to the making the bed. If you do that for nothing else, it doesn't really I don't know. You don't need to make your bed, and if you go home at night and it's still not made, it doesn't matter. You still get back in your bed. But I've always done it just because it's like, no, that's the first thing that you do, and you get something done for the day.
Gets it started, gets that one task done, then you can go, well, what next?
So for me, it's the same as the ice bath. Even if it doesn't do anything physiologically for me. Even I know that it does with hormones and
you
with
feel
recovery.
Like, you feel good.
But even if it doesn't,
recovery, man, my recovery through the roof. With
really.
Not that granted, I want to be leaning too much on trying to help my weight training recovery, and I tend to jump in before my sessions, not within 12 hours after. But yeah, man, I'm definitely not as sore even in like less food in a deficit at the minute again.
I don't know, man. Like, I think there's too many variables for me with my training.
Yeah.
Like what food I'm eating, how much I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
How much, like, it's too hard for me to conclude that ice baths is the reason that I'm recovering.
It's not changing like one variable at a time and holding that for like weeks just to see the difference.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say that from my personal experience, but I would say that mentally it's been a great thing just to be like, right, you've done that.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't do anything physiologically, mentally you feel good, and that's the reason why you do it.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly the reason why I got it.
Be better.
Yeah, and I can 100% report that. I went away down to Busselton for 4 days, and so I was kind of thinking, well, I've been running this week of just feeling good with this bath. I might crash mentally without it, sort of thing. And I came home, man. When I got home, like I jumped in and like overall, even having some time away for it, my stress was still lower. Like my dopamine was still up. I've never done this before. I've never gone to work, driven home from Busselton, and then walked down to the shops to get my chicken and my rice to go cook my meal prep. So that was me in pursuit of a goal. So that's a clear indication that my dopamine, my motivational drive, my pursuit hormone is up. I've never done that before, man. And so like, well, I have like ages gone prep and when I am feeling good, but I've been in a slump and I'm not doing that kind of stuff. And that's one thing that this bath has. I don't even know how. I didn't think about it until after I got back. I was like, whoa.
You're like, I actually just did that.
Yeah, bro. And it was like so liberating. I felt so good. I was like, that's amazing. Like 4 days without it. I come home, I jump in, I'm walking down to the shop. Like I'm feeling good. So if that isn't your message to, you know, whether it's starting your day or just turning the shower cold
whatever
in the last
it is.
30 seconds, But that cold exposure, that shock, like, you know, it can make you walk to the shop and buy your chicken and get cooking. Let's get into it.
Man. Let's go. Cook that chicken. Buy that chicken.
Butterfly that breast and get it going.
Cook the shit out of it.
Nah, man, but, you know, just, I don't know. I guess it's a small win, but I wasn't doing it before the ice bath. I could have done it without it, but it just helped leverage me without even trying or thinking about it. So, yeah.
And you're doing a mock prep now, aren't you?
Yeah, correct. So, obviously, I could just be like, committing to prep, go for it, start posting it, but I don't want that pressure of that. I don't want to really be doing that.
Just to reiterate, Jaden's doing bodybuilding, by the way, different to the shit I do. He does bodybuilding and he's doing a prep, like a mock prep. He's not actually signed up for any comps, but he's doing it. How many weeks is it? 16?
So we, right now, would be 23 weeks out. So like...
Sorry to interrupt, by the way.
No, you're fine. We'd be 23 weeks out now, and we're going to go the next, from what was 2 weeks ago, would have been 10 weeks, so now the next 8 weeks, just seeing how my body responds and how we're going to look 15 weeks out to whether we want to go, we're looking good, let's run that gauntlet, let's go for it, see where we're at. And I guess the idea of a mock prep is just me loving that process, man. Like, I'm in such a good place mentally. Is it the ice baths? Is it the walk to get the chicken and rice? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling good, so I'm just like, let's just give myself a challenge. Let's just, you know, see what it's going to be like. Like, I'm just loving the process so much, and just beyond the process of the weight loss and beyond the process of making, training a bit harder, everything a bit harder to, you know, get to this shape or this physique. I think it's just a bigger picture to all that. I zoom out, look at the macro, it's everything. It's kind of this podcast, it's me going to my job and enjoying my job. Like, I've really started looking at things and enjoying the every little small detail. To the point of driving to work, you know what I mean? And like finishing the gym session, or, you know, eating less food for the day, whatever it is, everything, man. And I think I've just, maybe as I'm getting older and maturing, just starting to really like realize that what matters isn't where you're going. You know what I mean? It's kind of just what you're doing now, and enjoying that as much, as hard as it might seem, or just whatever it is. You've got to be enjoying the hard, like what Tash said. Like, you got to the suck. You got to go through a lot of suck, and I think you got to enjoy that suck.
Just being present at the end of the day.
That's
man.
getting clipped.
Literally.
I felt a bit nervy saying that one.
I'm still yet to clip Tash for that, but I've got it sitting there, and I'm like, I'm gonna.
Yeah, she'd hate that.
I'm gonna do it.
But I think that comes back to something you'd want to touch on, like, you know. You got to trust you're going to get there. The universe has its goal, has its journey for you. There's a power above us. I'm not don't believe in God, Buddhist, nothing like that, but I do believe there's something that's dictating this, and I kind of believe that's within us. But that becomes within us to trust the process.
Yeah, I feel like we're a vessel, and there's some energy from the universe,
Matrix,
and it's
Logan Paul,
whatever it is, and it's coming through us, and we're the vessel that expresses it within our little ecosystem. Because in terms of the universe, we're tiny.
Yeah, man.
Our ecosystem is everything to us.
Yeah,
and
literally, hey, we can't really comprehend it though.
No. But the way we network between each other and how we define success is within our little network. And just by being present and just focusing and having the best intentions, then that can move outwards and get controlled to push us to the best possible position.
Big facts. I think you've almost got to treat it like a lucid dream. You really do. Like, if you just go like, okay, this is a dream, I'm going to control my variables, I'm going to, go on this like dream journey, that's when I guess...
And make a game out of it, bro. It's the same thing. It's like, what can I do right now to get me in the position that I want to be, that's going to be the most ideal version of what I want. And
not even like...
Why can't you do that,
100%. And I guess I can relate it back to what I'm doing now. That for me, that would be hitting those amount of steps, eating that set amount of calorie, hitting those macros, following in my program and progressive overloading that. There's these variables I can do. Now, granted, I can keep looking at the end goal, but I got to enjoy each rep. I got to enjoy that weighing out that food. And that's where I'm at, just enjoying that.
It's such a small thing, isn't it? When you think about it like that, like doing your 10,000 steps. It's like, that's the tiniest thing ever in the scheme of things. But just by focusing on that, you open up so much stuff. And if you really do focus on that every day and you really do it, and you don't just say that, then it's like you open yourself up to so much more and getting yourself to that place where you want to be just by focusing on that. For me, it's just getting in the studio and just hitting play on a sample and just singing, and not being worried about, like you said, I need to make a hit song, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. It's just just hit play, sing some stuff, rap some stuff.
Get lucid in that moment.
Get lucid, and just see where it takes you. Man, it's so exciting. And it's cool to look back, especially now on EP10, we're here. It's like, how did we even get here? We just kind of did.
It all started from a catch up at Dome, didn't it? Yeah, which was kind of cool. I guess we just, like we are now talking, you forget about any substance around you, and then like, oh, we could probably just clip that and make a podcast.
We literally said, man, I still remember, I was having a cappuccino in a mug. And I was like, I just finished a sip. I was like, bro, should we do a podcast?
I was blowing up about nauseous at the time. And I think it's because I was asking some good questions. Like, this was some genius, like, interview sort of questions. We could really make a podcast out of this. Here we are. We still don't even talk about the music too much. Like, but again, it gives you avenue, I guess, to still go down. But
that definitely will happen. I think just more, like, I want to use this as a platform as well to provide context around my music and around the mindset I have towards music. And all of it is a platform to express myself and for people to get to know our journey more. Because I feel like there is something coming, bro. And I know I've always said this, but I feel this more and more. The better we're getting at being present, I feel like something is coming. And I want to be able to look back on all this shit when it all goes nuts. And I want to be able to say, this is the mindset we had. This is the stuff that we did. And you guys can look at this, and we're just putting it all out there. Like, this is us.
Being vulnerable.
It's the brand that I want to go with, and that I've chosen to go with is, I would hate for someone to meet me and think that I'm a different person to what they see on social media. I really want there to be no disconnect. So someone just meets me, but what I put out on social media is also just me. And the podcast is a really, really important part of doing that.
And the ice baths.
Every part of it. All the fitness stuff that I post, working with Double, working at F45 even. Like, they don't do as much content as Double, but it's all part of who I am.
But when they do, you definitely jump in it,
Yeah, for sure.
And every time you do it, I guess it's just a rep, isn't it? You get more practice at it. And then the more you get, and I think the first time you do anything, it's scary, right? It's
hard to be authentic, man. It is tough. I guess that's a double-edged sword as well. Like, it's easy to be authentic too, because then you can just be yourself. But there's so many barriers when you're first doing that to being yourself.
I think there's the worrisome of, like, the external opinion. But again, once you just flip the switch and you go, this is a lucid dream, that external opinion doesn't matter, well, then you're just in the flow state and you got to roll with it.
Just go, I'm not in control.
I
was thinking about this the other day, bro.
Like,
so you have a thought, right, that makes you do something. So then you think, oh, well, it was me that just controlled my destiny. But then you think, well, you didn't have that thought. Like, that just appeared in your head. Where did that come from?
Where did it come from?
So, was it the universe?
It was the Matrix.
Was it the universe? And I know it sounds a bit nuts, but it's true.
No, it is.
It's
No,
like
but
you have,
you're right,
you
though,
have
hey?
a thought that makes you do something. You think that the
You
thought
breathe it in the air.
is the first place that it originates from, but you don't know where that came from.
No.
Maybe a different thought could have been inserted into your head by something, and then you've done something different. I'm nuts at explaining it.
I get you though, I get you. And so I'm just sitting there trying to comprehend, where does it come from? And,
Yeah.
and I guess the neuroscientists will say your nervous system, and they're probably not wrong, but like where in the nervous system?
Yeah, I am massive on the universe, bro.
Yeah.
You guys know this by now, but yeah, I just feel like something's coming, and it's exciting, bro. So
It's
I
a bit-
appreciate
yeah.
having you on board, man.
Yeah, it's just good being along the journey. Like, I think you'd agree. I think people would agree. I think anyone even in this space, definitely people in the space of doing stuff like this. Like, every time you jump on a podcast, every time you put a reel up on Instagram, every time you do a live thing on Instagram, whatever the case is, like, you grow a little bit more within it, and
Yeah.
just another step in that journey, and you probably just learn to love the process a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm doing that with every song as well.
Yeah.
All the music that's
You
coming
are,
out.
man. You really are, yeah.
It's like,
And you're really trolling us with these monkeys in suits saying it's for a pose. But that's
the
alright.
next one is so much easier. The next one is so much easier. I should have started with the next one and not this one. I should have swapped them around. But
You wanted to release that. You wanted to release that.
Yeah.
It's good.
I wanted to rustle some feathers with that one, and I had some people properly upset. So I don't apologize, and I'm still a bit off how some people are still standing on the fact that an ape in a tuxedo is not someone pretending to be something they're not.
See, I thought it was going to be something about, like, that's where we originated from. We were these monkeys. Now we come in the suits
like
now. but-
evolution,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. That's why I said for the evolution. Then when you're like, for the pose, I'm like, this guy.
This guy.
Like,
Yeah, I suppose that does make probably more sense
Oh.
than an ape in a tuxedo. Actually.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
it's interesting. I think I just won back.
But still, it's a lick. It's
Your
my
heart-
best cover.
Your heart's in the right place.
Yeah, my heart is in the right place. I really think it's my best cover. I got that from AI as well. So I typed
Yeah,
in
you got a bit of a thing with the chimps and AI, hey? They go hard though.
the motto.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I just think that's so cool.
It is.
The idea of like a chimp in a human society doing human things is so cool to me, because that's how I feel sometimes with my music.
Yeah.
Is I feel like
Bit wild.
I'm this chimp just putting stuff out in a human society,
But
and
that's what the evolution is, man.
yeah,
The next one's going to be a chimp just standing with the microphone.
literally just like a soul singer, a R&B singer.
Get like full on stage sort of thing, like that crowd, fully getting into it, hair tied back.
But that's also the concept with I Already Knew, where the project I released, that's also my record label, but when I first started music, I released a project called I Already Knew, and that had an alien in the city, which is
Yeah.
the same thing as an
Yeah.
ape in a human society. It's just a lot of the time
I already knew the alien. Yeah, okay, got ya.
and
Yeah.
maybe I do this to myself, but I just feel alienated by putting music out
Yeah.
that doesn't get the results I want.
Yeah.
You know, because I have this expectation for myself. It doesn't do the way that I want, and then I go, oh, well, the world's bugging.
Yeah.
The world's not on this, and I think that's that
That's getting
perspective.
your Kanye shit.
Yeah, literally, and I think that's just a cool concept that I'm going to keep running with. So you guys will see more of that with the alien or with the chimp or the ape or whatever it is. That's just the way that I feel about that, and how I think that my music is expressed and received.
Yeah.
And
I guess you've also got like such a, like you mentioned, I feel the universe, I feel this, I know something's coming. You've got that vision there. You know what I mean? So like when you're, I guess like the expectations, it's like, you know, the vision's there. I guess you're just, you know, excited for it to come, and you know, I guess that's just the universe saying, hey, patience, young grasshopper, your time will come.
belief levels are high.
Yeah.
Belief levels
Yeah,
are literally
and they've got to be.
very
They've got to
high.
be no matter what you're doing. For instance, me doing this mock prep, like I'm sitting here and like I kind of know when I get leaner, I'm gonna look like good, especially once you hit your poses. Granted, you never know who's there on the day, but I sit there and I'm not like, yeah, I want to get that pro card, but like I got that belief. I feel good that like I'm gonna do well this next comp I do, and then that will give me the judges' feedback to then come back the next time and do my pro card. So I guess it's kind of cool going back onto that, like. The pro card for everyone's the end goal, but I'm not looking at it at this comp like this is the one. I'm looking at this as like, okay, let me know where I'm at, and then next time we're gonna really roll the dice and come in big sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that just shows like the journey is what I'm for, not so much like that end goal. I want to know what's here, to then progress here to then get there.
Yeah,
So I guess you got to kind of like, break things apart like that.
Yeah, break them up into steps and then just get after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a photo shoot this morning with a girl named Alicia, and I just showed you a photo. She's had a massive journey, man. She has honestly killed it. She's doing amazing. And like I was on the photo shoot, you talk with them, and she told me like, she was just pointing out like the flaws, the negatives. I'm like, dude, look at where you've come from to where you are now. Think about once that chapter closes, you got the next one to open, and then there's progression there into the next one. So don't look at this as like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Look at this as like where you've come from to where you are and where you're about to be. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, I guess that's just trying to chapter things off, I suppose.
Good on you though, bro, because she would have been in that mindset for so long, always having that negative self-talk, and you've just opened the door to her about, no, you can actually flip that and have a positive talk to yourself and say, no, you've come really far and look at this, and it's all what you're looking at, you know? It's all,
I guess it goes, like we've said, it's all perspective. You can look at it like that, or you can flip that, you can turn that upside down and just like, nah, this is really what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can control that. Get lucid in that dream. And
literally.
Enjoy the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, enjoy where we're at. We appreciate you guys for showing love on the podcast. It's been cool. And it's just been, like I said, if not something just for us, just to sit down and chop it up. And it's going to keep us moving. And when we're at episode 100, we're going to be like, well, told you so.
Yeah, you know? I guess there's no stopping now. We're in the 1%.
Yeah.
Which is a cool insight.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even have thought about it.
We're still yet to do 2 in a day, but we're going to. Jay's always pushing for it, and I'm always like, nah. Yeah. But you know, that's coming, and I'm excited, and I'm grateful for you for being on board, bro. So.
Yeah, likewise, man. It's a cool personal growth space. This sort of thing is 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people would see that, and you know, the whole lot. It's cool.
Absolutely,
it's a journey. You gotta love the journey. That's probably the best piece of advice. Love the journey. Love yours. Love your journey.
Literally.
Don't look at other people. Love what you have. Love what you're doing, and just believe in yourself.
Yeah. Hey, good luck to all the races tomorrow and the day after. I'm gonna clip this right now. I'm about to win an event tomorrow. Let's fucking go. I'm excited. I'm gonna race hard. I'm gonna put my all out there, and I think we'll cap it there, bro.
That's good.
But thank you again, man. And we'll see you guys in episode 11. We don't know what's coming. We don't know where we're at with it, episode 11, but we know that we're out here, and we know that we're doing it.
We're in the 1% now, so it's coming.
Appreciate you guys. Love, and talk soon.